Could be an imminent attack by Russia. Now, the number of Russian troops at the border has grown to more than 130,000. This morning, the German Chancellor Olaf Scholz boarding a flight to Kiev to meet with Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelenskyy. And President Biden speaking with his Ukrainian counterpart by phone on Sunday. Allison Harris is at the White House with more. Allison.
Yeah, good morning, Adrian. The world is waiting to see what Russian President Putin will do, whether Russia will invade Ukraine. The U.S. warning it could happen as early as this week.
President Biden on a call from Camp David Sunday, speaking with Ukrainian President Zelenskyy, giving one last reassurance the U.S. will respond swiftly and decisively to further Russian aggression. The U.S. evacuating most of its embassy staff in Ukraine as intelligence estimates Russia is adding tens of thousands of troops to the 100,000 already staged at the border. The U.S. now sending 3,000 more troops to Poland, joining the 3,000 already being deployed to the region. Even the Pentagon saying time is almost up for diplomacy.
I don't know if I'd say last ditch, but certainly we recognize that the time component here seems to be shrinking, and that gives us all cause for concern.
The National Security Advisor warning Russia could move by the end of the Olympics this weekend.
The way they have built up their forces, the way they have maneuvered things in place, makes it a distinct possibility that there will be major military action very soon. If there is a military invasion of Ukraine by Russia, it's likely to begin with a significant barrage of missiles and bomb attacks. It would then be followed by an onslaught of a ground force moving across the Ukrainian frontier.
President Biden standing by his commitment to not send U.S. troops into Ukraine, even to help evacuate Americans. The president giving this warning last week.
American citizens should leave now. And then things could go crazy quickly.
Republican Senator Bill Cassidy even backing up President Biden.
We should not be endangering our soldiers, our Marines, etc., because somebody decides not to evacuate until after the fact. Get out.
And the president returns here to the White House from Camp David later this morning, set for a tense and decisive week ahead. Adrian.
All right. Thank you so much, as always, Allison. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to click on the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.